Hello, people. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Darsh Joshi, and before we start, let me just let's take a look at the comments, the last video. So Rudra Patel C7Y has commented that great teaching style. Thanks for making learning easy. Thanks for that. Here's an answer for the question, and there's some code, and it looks like it's the code for the last video's code challenge. So we'll just copy paste that and we'll try that out. So for some reason my run button isn't working, so we'll manually have to do that. Okay. So when we are running this code, we are getting 5 options, which is add item, remove item, view cart, clear cart, and exit. So let's try with adding an item. Let's say the item is called apple. Item added. Let's check the cart. Do we have apple in our cart? Let's remove the item apple. Let's check the cart again. Okay, the cart is now empty. It would be a little bit better if I get to see the cart, like if I see a text like the cart is empty or something like that. So yeah, that would be a little suggestion from my side. Apart from that, it's a good thing, great for practicing. So yeah, that was the encouragement which I had to give. Oh, I'm wearing the same shirt. Anyways, let's start with our dictionaries, which we are going to discuss today. Take this on the other screen and let's get started. Okay, so today we are learning about dictionaries and its methods. So, yeah, a dictionary is that practicing the lecture. So, when I say the word dictionaries, we often visualize the English Oxford Dictionary, which we used to have in our schools, thing like this, ENG, like that. So in this dictionary, if you have observed, what we have is we have some word, just call it word, and we would have some explanation or meaning or some sort of example for it, for the word which you took. So when I say dictionaries in Python, it's the exact same thing in terms of syntax. We just have to cover this in curly brackets and we are good to go. So let's see what we have written here. Dictionary is a built-in data type to store data as a key value pair. So in this example, if we see, this part is called the key and this part is called the value. So yeah, that's our key value pair. And we can, let's check that out in our VS Code. I'm sure you mistakenly saw my practice before I started recording. So anyways, I have declared this dictionary. These are the methods which we'll be doing. Nothing else. I was just trying everything out beforehand. So this is the dictionary which you have so far. And when I need to print it out, what I'll do is, okay, so this is what we are getting. In this, each key has one value. Both of them have one value. A good practical example for this would be student report card. Uh, call it RC. Why not? So in the student RC, what we have is we would have a name. We would have some roll call. After roll call, we'll have subject 1 and its grades, subject 2 grades, subject N, let's say. My bad. It N and its grades. Uh, Something like this. So it is a good practical use case of how we can use dictionaries in our daily life. So let's get started. That was a little neat introduction to dictionary. So the syntax, as we have discussed, the key value pair is enclosed in curly brackets. We can see that in our VS Code. This is a key, this is a value, and this is again a key, again a value, enclosed in curly brackets separated by a comma. Yeah, so that's the syntax for using a dictionary in Python. Next up, we have properties of a dictionary. A dictionary is ordered before version 3.7. Uh, Before this version, it was unordered. But after this, with this version, it was ordered. Ordered as in, let's take an example of a list. We have some items here, something like that. Then each of this can be located individually. It has some sort of unique address like thing, which we call index. So index for A would be 0, B would be 1, C would be 2, 3, and 27 or 25. Be 25, I guess. Yes, no. Anyways, so yeah, that's the ordering, how ordering works in Python. They're basically assigning the index, nothing else. Ordering also works inside the dictionary. But in dictionary, we do not use indexes. We simply use the key. So let's say I have this dictionary. You can already have it. So if I want to locate the first name, what I'll do is I'll simply do this. I'll run it, get the first name value. This. So yeah, that's how we basically work with the dictionary. Clear this and we'll take a look inside the methods which we have. So methods, or you can call it operations as well, that's the same thing when we are talking about Python. So the first thing we'll be doing is accessing the item. Using the indexes is one thing, or using the keys is one thing. But when we use get method, it basically does the same thing. But yeah, there are different methods for that. If do this, let's comment this out for now. Let's run that again, and we see okay, it printed out the last name here. So because we are getting the last name, anything else. Next up we have dictionary.keys. Keys means basically to print out these two in a list format. Here we go. Got our output. Neat. Next we have dictionary.values. It basically prints out all the values which we have. Try that. That's values, this and this. It prints out both of them inside a list. Next is items. I'm going to see at this point. So I'll just clear this up. Start off. It here. And we'll this side by side so we can see the output right away. Okay, so when I say items, it basically puts a single key value pair inside a tuple and prints it out and puts both all the tuples of different keys and values inside a list and prints it out. What we got. Next, we have changing items for changing specific items inside our existing dictionary. So here I have taken the example of we are changing the first name and the last name values. Suresh Rana to Suresh. So, okay. Anyways, I'll do comment out this and print the dictionary at the end. Save it. That. Now, if you see clearly, the first name and the last name have been updated to the new values. You can also add certain elements to it. Say right, true. See, that true. Not even sure if you. Uh, okay, yeah, he's retired. Anyways, it must have. Anyways, so we can also add items to just using the add method, or we can just see. Let's remove this part and we'll add a new first name, which is Ramesh Joshi. Don't know any Ram. Okay, so last name is Joshi. That's how we can add elements to our dictionary. Next up, we have removing the elements from the dictionary. So if we add something, we should be responsible enough to remove them. That means nothing in this scenario, but anyways. So there are three methods for removing the items from the dictionary. First method is dictionary.pop. It works the same way as it does in the list. So let's uncomment this and try it out. So by okay, it removed the first name and the last name and its value remains. So yeah, that's how pop works. If I comment this out, we have the next method is pop item. So what pop item does is it removes the uh, last key value pair from the list. So we'll comment out this out. So it removed the last name and we only have the first name remaining. So let's delete that using another method, which is del. Del is like a Python general method. You can use that on anything. Any form of collective data, which is lists, tuples, not tuple, dictionaries and sets maybe. Sets, not covered sets. Anyways, when we use delete, it should delete the first name element. So let's try that out. We should get an empty dictionary by now because both of these are active. Pop item would remove this, and this line would remove this, and we would get the empty array, or not the array, but empty dictionary right here. Okay. So yeah, those are some. Those were some of the methods which have in dictionaries. So yeah, that's all I had to cover in this video. And for the code challenge, we have the mark sheet kind of thing. I'll read out the problem statement so that you can work on it. I don't need to read this out, but anyways. So you have to basically ask the user for subject name and marks for each subject, store them in a dictionary, and print out a formatted report card showing each subject marks, average marks, highest marks, and the lowest score. Bit complicated for beginners, but that's how you learn. Yeah, that was everything I had to cover in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. But before going, please give a subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, and we are already at 28 subscribers. That's pretty good. I'm very grateful for that. But if you subscribe, that's a good thumbs up to my learnings and the way I teach. If you really like the video, please do like the video as well, and do subscribe to the channel. Helps. I already said that line. Anyways, keep learning and have fun.